Final Fantasy X, a childhood marvel for many of us on the PS2. Me, like many others, have beaten this game many times throughout its many different releases since the beginning and have tried to take on the game through various angles. No spear grid runs, solo only challenges, people even modded Seymour into the game as a permanent playable character. These challenges are all interesting in their own right, but I wanted something a little different, something that would really push my knowledge of the game to its very limit. And then I stumbled upon it. The Sin Reborn difficulty mod created by Zenith's Veil. The mod itself is very simple. It affects the stats of the enemies and the rate in which you get experience. The mod gives you 3 options to change these 2 parameters. Custom allows you to specifically set your own difficulty to make the game easier or harder at your own discretion. Chimera mode, where the enemies have 1.3 times the stats and you only get 80% of the experience you normally would. But then we have Nightmare mode, where the enemies are given 1.6 times the stats and you only get 60% of the experience. This option also activates the scaling difficulty option, meaning that at certain parts of the game, the stat multiplier for enemies also starts to increase, so not everything in the game is stuck at a 1.6 times multiplier. As for the stats themselves that are affected, they are health, strength, magic, defense, and magic defense, meaning that everything is tanky as hell, everything hits like a fucking truck. This is exactly what I needed to challenge myself, but just to make things even spicier, I added a few rules of my own to the challenge. I have to pick the standard grid, and the characters are only allowed to progress through their own section of the spear grid for the entire story part of the game. There is one exception for Kimahri, who complete his area and move down one other path in the spear grid of my choice. No creating multiple saves to fall back on. Get the autosave, the base save, that's it. No save scumming. I can't reload a save to get a better start of a battle or because I accidentally sold something I was meant to keep. No stat spear grinding. The only way I can get stat spears is through chest or through natural progression of the challenge. No boosting Aeon stats in the attribute modifier. They can only get stats from Yuna getting stronger. There will be more rules down the line as they become relevant. These are the main ones you need to know. Also, disclaimer / plug. I streamed every single second of this challenge on my Twitch channel, Silvers_Wish, and all the VODs will be available on my VODs channel if you really want to watch the run in its entirety. That being said, this is my first time streaming a game, so things are going to look a little jank at times, but I promise this will improve as the video progresses. Without further ado, let's see exactly how many deaths it took me to beat this mod in its entirety. I went ahead and picked the standard spear grid, watched the weird sexual tension between Tidus and Yuna. God, I hate the fact that I can't get seen it so many times. Tidus, your wrist must hurt. Look at the fucking angle that's going in. And then watched as Tidus stared into space for an uncomfortable amount of time. God, he's so robotic. I love this game though. How long are you gonna keep your mouth open? Any day now, Tidus.
Listen to my story.
Fuck, I'm waiting to.
Good luck tonight!
Fuck off.
I'll, do this.
He will never do this.
That will mean it was for you, okay?
It was not for them.
Let's see.
Fake signed some kids' balls. You know that's staying in. You couldn't animate a fucking pen. You could just see that he's just holding his fingers together. He's
Take
fucking
it easy.
fake signing. He's just rubbing his finger on some balls. Oh god.
Our hero, Jack, gone, vanished.
And enjoyed the opening CG cutscene of Sin doing Sin things. What's up, a boy?
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here, you dude? Did we ever actually learn your name? Did we learn any of their names? I'm sure it's some fucking lore book. That dude on the left is sinking into the ground. Oh no, he just fell over.
What?
My point still stands.
Hey, not this way.
Go to the other generically generated path. After that, I made my way through the bridge and made my way to the first boss. Not much to say here since the boss literally can't kill you and it just has more health than normal. Yeet. The fuck is that, the start button? What the fuck is that? Oh man, I hope that's not gonna be a recurring thing. I beat it and cut down the gas tanker for some neat terrorism moments. And then I got slurped up by Sin. Orin, quit being such a cock tease. Pull him up. My goddamn dude. Such a prick. After arriving to Baj Temple, I picked up a high potion and fought another boss you can't die against, and then we decided it was time to go camping with Tidus. And thus, we are finally presented with the first real challenge of the game, Click. This boss has 1500 health in the base game, but in this version, it has 2400 health. This fight basically boiled down to luck. Click needs to miss a certain amount of times, otherwise my supplies just don't last throughout the fight and I die. I think I'm fucked. Am I dead here? Nope, not yet. Yep, I'm dead. Fuck! I died so quickly! I'm gonna have to really learn this game, huh? Miss sometimes, jackass. Oh man, it's gonna be that kind of game. Alright, and we're fucked. Again. He'll go. Misses. So X potion into a miss. Love it. Fucker. Into another miss. Oh my god. This is it, I think. Come on. Oh, don't even need the overdrive. Fuck yes. Riku! Help! Luckily, Riku does join the fight after a certain point, and with her help, I was able to make quick work of the boss after a few attempts. My god. There's no way they weren't setting us up when they give us these shots. Is it Kuto?
Kuno.
Oh, Kuno.
Right, whatever.
He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
Why didn't you start the conversation?
You understand me?
Peace, bitches. Hard. Oh my god, you get no AP. Yep, since my XP is nerfed and these guys only give 1 XP, the game will round down and give me no experience unless I overkill them, thus limiting my grinding potential. Thing is, if I use, right? Okay, so it does do it for the whole everything. Holy shit. Everybody, meet Tross, who has a health pool of 3,520 health over his usual 2,200 health, and some very, very annoying mechanics. That was cool. This fight is meant to teach you about special commands, actions that you can take in certain unique boss fights. This boss likes to run away and one-shot you with his buff strength. Fuck me, are you serious? Well, he's fucked. Yeah. Alright, death number 4. However, same with the Click fight, you need Tross to miss a couple hits and eventually you will whittle his health down to 0. Ooh, a crit! It's this or nothing. Yes! Fuck yes! Then some story stuff happens, we reboot the airship that we'll ride on later, Tidus gets launched into the ocean, gets a concussion from Wakka, and then almost gets assassinated by Wakka unless Tidus joins his crew. Finally making it into Besaid, I hit up the shop for some supplies, and I make my way towards the temple. I then completed a puzzle meant for children, and finally met Yuna and the gang. Hey guys, I don't think she's good. Watched Yuna do a cool party trick with a big bird, tried to talk to her, but then realized the entire village is full of assholes.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner.
Lady,
You're a bad man.
go to hell.
Lady Yuna, be careful.
Oh god, this next bit.
But it was really my fault to begin with.
Oh.
We wake up the next day, I thank the village for the hospitality, and then I continued on my journey.
You ready?
What is with the tree in the background? It's like 70% into the ground. And then we came across the biggest challenge so far, Kimahri. Kimahri doesn't have the health of his other 2 bosses, but he is much faster than them and has a move that is guaranteed to hit. Yep. Yep, I fucked that up. After a few attempts, it was becoming clear that the same tactic wasn't going to work, since he can sometimes go twice before I even go once. What's even worse is that I'm in a part of the game where I can't even grind any levels until I beat Kimahri. Fortunately, we do have the one saving grace, which is the new ability I acquired called Cheer. Cheer is a 5 times stackable buff that will increase your strength and physical defense. With this buff, and the usual tactic of hoping that Kimahri misses, I was finally able to beat the encounter. Ha! Bitch. Go for the counterattack. Yes! Fuck you, Kimahri!
That's enough.
No shit! Why didn't you stop it 8 attempts ago?
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him.
After stomping Kimahri into the dirt, we made our way to the other side of the island where we get 2 forced encounters with a large bird, with the second one dropping a very interesting weapon. And the big flying fuck off thing. I'm sure this won't be a hassle. There it goes. And a weapon. What? Huh? Getting a weapon that passively places darkness on enemies that can very much one-shot you is massive. I cannot understate how important this drop was. We then get on the ship to Kilika, where I pillage someone's suitcase for some free potions. Then we have our next 2 boss encounters. It's either the crest or the city, yeah. That's right. Guy pointing out the obvious. The Sin Fin doesn't really bring much in terms of challenge, since it just sits there and just spits out weak enemies, except this time it just has more health than usual. After I beat that, we then have a cutscene where Tidus apparently fell off the boat again from Sin splashing around, but this time it happened off screen. What was your plan? Kimahri's like, bitch, you can't swim. Wakka somehow finds Tidus, and we have to deal with the second boss, Sin Spawn. Fuck. Yeah, this boss doesn't prove to be too difficult either, since Tidus is putting darkness on the boss fairly consistently with his new sword, and Wakka using dark attack to make up for any slack that Tidus isn't able to put out. Lightning, water. Fuck, I already fucked it up. And he hit the wrong fish! Fire, lightning. Alright, thank God. Yes! Oh, and I overkilled it! Hell yes! After that, Sin makes his way to Kilika to do Sin-related things, and then we arrive shortly thereafter to help clean up the mess. We would have had a really cool cutscene here if the remastered version of this game wasn't a hunk of shit, so here's a cool car crash instead. And then finally we have our first encounter of the new island, where we almost immediately die. Oh my god, it almost one-shot Kimahri. I then decided to fuck around with the optional boss of Lord Ochu, and well, I fucked around and I found out. 7,000! Oh god! That was more for my innate curiosity. Actually, I found out at just about every corner of this island. Back on. I think it's back on. Oh my god. Oh my god! Is it gonna kill me? Damn! Oh god! Oh please. Someone's gonna die. It's Lulu again. God damn it. Finally making it to the other side of this island is where we encounter our next boss, Sin Spawn Jinx. Similar to the previous 2 bosses, Jinx has 2 minions, but they prove to be quite a bit of a challenge with their superior health strength, plus the fact that they are immune to darkness. I tried starting out with Tidus to buff with Cheer, Yuna to heal, and Kimahri as my main DPS. This strategy wasn't bad, but the enemy's hits were too much to keep up with my current team, and with Luca coming up, I knew that I needed to grind some levels in order to get ahead. After grinding, I went in with everyone having their overdrives ready to take out the tentacles as soon as possible, since they don't respawn. I started with Tidus, Yuna, and Lulu, and had Tidus cast his newly acquired haste ability to speed up Lulu since she was going to be needed after the tentacles were gone. I had Yuna swap with Wakka, have him use his overdrive to hit every enemy for about 400 damage. Then I had Lulu swap with Yuna for Balfour's overdrive that did about 1500 damage per enemy, killing off the tentacles. I then have Lulu come back in to use her overdrive, and Wakka come back out to silence the boss, cutting off its access to its AoE water magic. Then after that, I had the party doing as much damage as they could, while Yuna was keeping them alive, allowing me to narrowly beat the boss. We then make it to Kilika's temple and try to ignore all the assholes that are gathered here for some reason.
To pray. The Luca goers always win.
Hey guys, you think
Oh,
they
yeah?
always
Then why
win
you here?
because they have
We've been
access to the
praying for some
fucking stadium?
competition this
The
year.
only
So
stadium in
what's your goal
Spira?
this time?
Dude, literally go to
Too bad
hell.
you're-
And all these people are your guardians? My, what a rabble.
What is
What's she smiling
wrong with
about?
her right eye? Why is it like slightly closed? Thank you.
Where's Yuna?
Where do you think? What did you come back here for?
Then why?
We complete the temple puzzle, gain our second Aeon, and then I allowed Bihurus to let me die to Lord Ochu again. Since I couldn't be bothered to try and tackle this optional boss, I decided to go ahead, leave Kilika, and make our way to Luca. Now I have a confession to make. As much as I love this game, I hate Luca. I hate Luca so much. I cannot stand this place because of how horribly paced it is and the fact that Blitzball is a thing here. Plus, since this mod doesn't really make this place any more enjoyable, I'm going to give you some extremely short cliff notes on what exactly happens here. Everyone arrives to Luca, Titus does a cringe, we meet Seymour and he sucks, we meet Micah and he's old, the team learns that Auron might be around so we go look for him, the barrage TV is broken because again, this PC version is shit, Yuna gets kidnapped, kill an easy boss, we unkidnap Yuna, we learn that Waka is racist towards Xiao Bed, Waka's team wins the first round, I then beat the Luca goers in the finals because I could, Fiends attack the stadium, the game takes a shit again, we find Auron and kill all the Fiends, the game takes a shit again, Auron lets, oh god, this is weird. Auron lets Titus know that his dad is a flying genocidal whale. Everybody meets up. We laugh about the horrors we just faced and hit the road again. We then arrive at the next area, the Mi'ihen High Road. The Mi'ihen High Road isn't too important in terms of the story, but is kind of scary due to the nature of this challenge. The enemies, while they do still kill me in one hit, aren't actually the main issue since they only target one person at a time. It's the ambushes. Onto the ship. They loaded this onto the ship. Oh boy. Oh shit. Well, I'm not that concerned. Fuck. Oh my god, am I dead? There goes all my progress. Encounters in this game are divided into 3 encounters: normal, preemptive strike, ambushes. Normal encounters are where the encounter plays out just as you would expect. Preemptive strike encounters are where your party has an added bonus of going first no matter what stats are at play. Then there are ambushes where the same rule applies for the enemies where they get to go first no matter what stats are at play. You can kind of see my issue of if the enemies that can all one-shot me have the first and sometimes second turns if they're already quicker than me. Slap on the fact that the Mi'ihen High Road is divided into long sections where autosave doesn't have a chance to kick in all the time, thus sending me back to the previous area if I die. Oh yeah, the guild chest. Oh, well, I'm fucked. And I unplugged my controller. God damn it. Yep, everyone's dead. Well, that didn't take long. You motherfucker. You better not. Holy shit. Okay. Anything? Fucking awesome. Oh my god, it missed. Please. Please. Miss. Am I fucked? Oh my god, it did. What the fuck do I do? Get out of there. There's no fucking save spear. I thought there was a save spear here.
Don't break any bones, old man.
Cheeky fuck. I eventually make it to the halfway point of the area where my party decides to rest at an inn.
It was quiet. Almost gentle.
It's just... Damn, Titus. I'm sorry all the people grieving over their loved ones interrupted your sunset. The next morning, we are met with the optional boss of the Chocobo Eater. This boss, despite its terrifying amount of health, isn't too difficult. It can only target one person at a time with either its normal attack, a blizzard spell, or its guaranteed hit attack, Fist of Fury. So the MVPs of this encounter are Waka, Lulu, and Yuna. Waka being able to blind the boss so it can't hit my team, Lulu being the one who can push out the most damage with her fire spells, and Yuna for her revives. The battle basically boiled down to blinding the boss whenever I could with Waka, bringing Yuna in to revive anyone who got hit, and the rest doing as much damage as they could. Eventually, I was able to beat the boss on my first try. On Nightmare mode. Fuck you. I need every XP I can get. What am I getting? Fuck, I forgot it's not worth it. We continued down the highway until we hit a guarded checkpoint where I wanted to get through, and the guard said, nuh-uh. Then Seymour appeared and said, uh-huh, and then we got to go through anyway. We then get invited to watch the Crusades try to take on Sin, with multiple Sin spawn as bait in their big operation that will totally work. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. But before that, we actually need to make it to the operation site, which wasn't too much trouble considering that we only died once to another ambush.
I had heard from Seymour, but I didn't know if we'd actually meet. Good to see you, Auron.
We get to the Operation Mi'ihen site, and go figure, shit goes wrong, and as the main characters, we are left to clean up the mess that is Sin Spawn Gui. This boss has a lot going down. There are 4 targets, 2 arms, the head, and the main body. The main body is the thing we need to kill in order to win the fight. But let's get started with the head first, since we need to kill it if we're ever going to have a chance at winning this fight. The head has 7,200 health in this mod, and it has 2 attacks, a Thunder Spell that hits for about 650 damage, and Venom that will kill any one of my party members if I let it go off. The Venom attack does take a turn to charge before going off, as indicated by the head wiggle. If it starts to wiggle, I must hit it with any ranged attack in order to stop it from using its Venom. Once the head dies, it will not come back. Next are the arms, but luckily these don't attack and are there just to block any physical attack aiming for the main body, so they need to go before you can even target the main boss. Now, before I go any further, there needs to be a little bit of a disclaimer. You see, this mod has one flaw. You see here that the arms have 1,440 health when the fight starts. However, these arms are able to respawn. When they do come back, they will have their normal stats and health of 800 because the mod doesn't account for respawning enemies. Sadly, there's really nothing I can do about this. If I restart the mod mid-fight, it will give the arms the boosted stats again, but it will also multiply the main body stats even more, thus making this fight endless and impossible. This will come up again at some other boss fights, but I'll address it again when they do come up. Next is the main body at 21,600 health, and it has 2 attacks, a single target physical attack and a demi spell that cuts everyone's current HP by 25%. There is a lot going on in this fight, which is why looking at the turn order to the right of the screen is the most important thing going forward for all boss fights in order to make the right decisions. What I mean by that is that this turn order right here isn't what it seems. You can manipulate the turn order here depending on what action you take. This change is commonly noticed if you use haste or slow on a character, but it is also dependent on what move you use. For example, using an item is a faster action than attacking, or using an overdrive, while it does more damage, will make you wait longer for that character's next turn. There's a lot of examples of this, but I will bring them up later as when they are relevant. Now, looking back at the boss, what makes this boss truly difficult is that until you kill the head, you are subjected to back-to-back hits depending on what the boss does. Given the boss's mechanics and boosted stats, it has a lot of opportunities to get my party on the defensive until I eventually go down. However, unlike the boss, my main strategy remains simple. Put out my tankiest people to heal and focus the head with Lulu. Yeah, I am. Miss. Bitch. Oh my god! Help. God damn it, Lulu. Holy shit. And like that, half my team's dead. It's a thunder. Oh! It's barely killed me. Ah, and it cast thunder anyway.
Will Sin come?
Sin always returns for its spawn.
Spawn. It didn't hit the head, did it? You have got to be shitting me. How did it hit everything but the head? This won't kill. This might. Fuck me.
Will
Sin to make sure we're...
You won't.
This is such a
I remember
sloppy
no-
remake. Why would you
Sin
die?
is my...
Luna, skip cutscene. You did it for Kingdom Hearts, you bastards, and this was released before it. Or after it. We just left the Sin spawn in the oven a little too long, guys. We need to freak out. was not it. And I'm fucked. Ugh! The head should be dead now. Thank God. Yep. Go. And it did not use thunder. Alright. Done here. Finally. You know what my reward is going to be for this? It's probably going to be a green screen CGI. Thank God. Oh, no, it didn't cut out. Look at that. It's working. Shit, we get to watch something. Listen, the most bullshit part about this is the fact that Lucille survives. She is the worst character. These poor chocobos. Everyone's like, hey, cool, it's Sin. It's okay, Titus, just stand. Ah, here's the green screen. Damn it, it's part of the cooler one, too. Lucille still should have died, along with Edna. Even after completing that arduous fight, we have another one right after, but there's nothing too dangerous about this fight, since we do have the temporary party member Seymour and his crazy-ass spells to wipe out this version of the boss. And with that, Operation Mi'ihen is completed. Titus does try to swim after his father, and fails, Yuna dances, and I think Auron called Keenock a bitch, and then we made our way to Djose Temple. We have now hit a section of the game where there are a lot of important story areas that are not all that challenging, even in this mode. So here are the highlights. I met up with everyone. Mari talks for the first time, only to tell me that I'm a simp, and he looks pretty pleased by that comment. Someone finally decides to tell Titus where the hell we're going. Auron pulls Titus aside to tell him to shut up about Jet. We find out that Lucille and company lived, although they should have died. Gata told us about Luzu's new weight loss program. We reach the next temple, and we see that someone's already there. Turns out it's not Donna, but someone even less memorable, Izaru. Izaru tells us how other summoners are going missing. I proceed to not care. I do not like these fucking puzzles. They are so boring. Yuna goes and prays. Donna comes in, and we told her if she cuts the line for the Aeon, we'll cut her. Bartello sims for Auron. Donna calls Yuna a hoe. Yuna says, at least I'm not in last place. We get the third Aeon. Everybody wakes up the next morning except for Yuna. Yuna says, why didn't you wake me up? To which Lulu replies, if you didn't snore like you were trying to suck the paint from the walls, we could have. Auron chimes in with this banger.
Once Lady Yuna fixes her hair, we leave.
Fucking champion. Everyone laughs except Yuna. We then hit the Moonflow, do some walking, run into Furry A and Furry B for some reason. We walk some more. We have a cutscene where everyone is saying nothing and fighting their inner demons. God, you guys are assholes. Or remembers that one time Jet shanked an elephant. We ride that same elephant over the water. Yuna gets kidnapped, but seems okay with it. Beat an easy boss. Waka says some racist stuff about the Albed.
Those sandblasted grease monkeys.
Man. Sheesh. That joke did not age well, huh?
Hey, Waka.
Find Riku vibing out on some dirt. The game developers needed us to see the glow up they give Riku, apparently. Riku then joins the party. We do some more walking content. We reach Guadosalam. Seymour invites everyone to a movie watch party. It sucked. 3 out of 10. Seymour then says he wants to marry Yuna. Titus shows what a beta he is with this line.
Hey.
Auron says keep this shit spoiler free, you Nepo baby. Everyone talks about this weird plot twist Seymour just dropped on us. Yuna says she needs to go talk to her dead parents about this. We then go to Spear's mass grave site where people can actually see other dead people. Titus remember his mom was actually worse than his dad. More walking content. I take this chance to hit on Lulu. We learn Seymour dipped to Macalania Temple. We reach one of the worst areas in the game, the Thunder Plains. Riku wants to leave the party almost as quickly as she joined it due to her fear of thunder. We tell her to suck it up. More walking content. Fuck this place. We reach Iceland, aka Macalania Woods. We run into Bartello. He says Donna is missing? Well, good luck, man. Hope I find her. Auron stops the party, saying he left something here 10 years ago. I swear Titus and Yuna are staring at Auron's ass in this scene. We fight a sentient stress ball boss here, and break it right after finding it. We watch another movie, 5 out of 10. We meet up with Trommel, saying he'll take care of escorting Yuna, which lasted a whole 5 seconds before she got fucking ambushed. We have a boss fight that I died once to, but with my Aeon's Overdrives, it was cake, so it's not really worth talking about. I try to res up Lulu a second time, but failed. We make it to the actual coolest looking temple in the game. We find that Seymour is trying to gaslight Yuna by saying to everyone that they're getting married. Some lady sees a ghost or something, so we go look. Turns out it's a spear Seymour's dad left behind, saying that Seymour killed him. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that we got that spear from when we visited the far plane. Everyone realizes that they just left Yuna in the care of said father killer, so we go to confront him. We catch up to Yuna, where Seymour basically confirms everything and says, what are you gonna do about it? We then get into the first 3-phase boss battle of the game, starting with Seymour and his 2 lackeys. The easiest way to get around this part is to kill the 2 lackeys as they heal and buff Seymour and themselves. There are certainly way easier methods to kill the lackeys than what I ended up doing, so I'm not gonna get into my moronic strategy. The main takeaway here is that Seymour attacks in a set pattern of blizzard, thunder, water, and fire spells, so having Yuna set up the appropriate null spells makes Seymour effectively useless. We then get into the second phase of the fight, which I thought was going to be a lot harder, but turns out not at all. With Anima only having 2 attacks, one of which being that I can just have a summon tank as overdrive, and the other being a single target KO, I only died to this phase once. Then after Anima's gone, it's back to Seymour doing the same gimmick as this first phase, and I only beat this fight in 2 tries. After we make Seymour take the long nap, Trommel goes haywire, destroying the evidence and taking Seymour's body away. We try to chase after them, but we get stuck doing the fucking temple puzzle because the plot demands it. Why not? Thanks, game. We finally catch up, and Trommel brands us as traitors, and we are now on the run as Temple tries to chase us down. What ship is he hopping on? Oh my god, look at the line of them! There's like 8! The mod boosted this! Oh god. I think this is my death. Because there's 2 turns that they have left. And... nope, I live. I shouldn't have been able to live. And I can escape. Or not. Don't tell me that just took up my turn. Well, now I'm fucked. Damn it. I saw that coming. Ah, oh, I see. Alright, fuck this. I don't want to fight 2. No! I was almost there. Oh my god! Riku, you are deadly. Just deadly. We then haul ass to try to get out of Macalania and get stopped by another boss where we get hit for the first 9,999 damage of the run. Oh my god. Are you serious? We then beat that boss with no problem, and we get sent down under the lake for some casual talking points about the horrors of the last hour. Then Jet rolls up, eating the party halfway across the globe. Cut to Tidus drowning for the 7th fucking time in the game, and we notice that the party has been split up again. One by one, we find our party members, all except for Yuna, which Riku suspects that the Al Bhed have already taken her to their base, since this is their home island. Cue Wakka's racism. That face.
No glaring either.
That's a face only Lulu could
Look where
love,
we
and
are.
like
We are on
literally
Bikanel
no other
Island.
woman on this planet.
There's a place us Al Bhed call home near here.
Unfortunately, we make it to the Al Bhed's main base. We see that it's under siege by the temple. Oh, fuck! We go through and meet this game's version of Sid, and then making our way through the base.
Yuna!
Holy shit! I forgot how violent that was. We actually die a couple times here because everything is effectively one-shotting me at this point, and ambushes are complete bullshit. Well, fuck you too, game! God damn it! I can't win! Fuck! We make it to the basement where we find all the summoners but Yuna being held here. It is also here where we learn the truth about the final summoning, that is, if a summoner does do it, they will die in the process. After that shocking revelation, we evacuate everyone to the airship that we uncovered at the beginning of the game with Riku. We then have one of the coolest cutscenes in the game where we blow up the Al Bhed base, or rather we would have, thanks to the PC version being a hunk of shit. We all gathered to make a game plan on what to do next, about finding Yuna after she was taken by the temple, and decided that the most likely place she was taken to was the capital of the world. Sure enough, we were right, and Yuna was all glammed up, ready for her big day with the guy that we killed yesterday. But who would have thought that the biggest city in the world would have some sort of defenses like this big fuck-off worm? And oh, this worm. This worm sucks. This boss is Evere, guardian of Babel's skies, and the freshest pain in my ass. Sporting a hefty 51,000 health pool, boosted stats, only taking 50% damage from magic. This boss is so much fun. Oh, fuck. 51,000! Oh! There's an additional element at play here with Sid in the airship, where Tidus or Riku can tell Sid to move either closer or farther away from Evere, depending on what we need. Depending on either of these two positions is where the boss will change up its moveset. If you're up close, like at the start of the fight, it will either hit you with a normal attack, which can be dodged if the boss has darkness, Stone Gaze that will petrify a single party member, and Poison Breath that can one-shot my whole party if I let it go off. To avoid the Poison Breath attack, I need to tell Sid to back away from Evere once his next turn rolls around. And that is the key to winning this fight, which is making sure that any important action that Sid needs to take has to happen before Evere's next turn. Once Evere is at a distance and misses her big attack, we have to close the gap ASAP, otherwise we're going to be continuously pelted by her photon missiles every turn. The real difficulty lies in the halfway portion, where she gives herself a permanent haste buff, where making one mistake can lead to a party wipe. Oh shit. That's not gonna do a lot, right? You're shitting me. What the hell? What? Yeah, I fucked up. Well, shit. Wow, really? Don't kill me. Oh!
We gotta keep our distance, boys, but we can't let her get too far away.
Yes, thank you, Sid.
You'll have to tell me when to move.
Fuck off. We're dead. We're already fucking dead. God damn it. Oh yeah, we're fucked. Yeah. I fucked up. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. I don't know where I fucked up, but I know I did. I feel like that one's on me somehow. Listen, it's great. I'm just stupid. Everything has its highs and lows. Like my IQ. I predict he's going to breathe in. Sid goes in between. Order Sid to pull back. It's gonna breathe in. Called it. Yes! But simply by timing my distances correctly and a little bit of luck, I was able to get through this fight after 7 deaths. I am so nervous. This fight has been going on for so long. Everybody live. Fuck yes! After beating the boss by some miracle, the PC version actually let me see my favorite cutscene in the game. Hell yeah, I love this scene though. Fuck yes, this is so good. What's up, Micah? Such a cool scene. How's Lulu jumping over this? Also, you can't tell me that Kamari's feet aren't fucking raw after this. We then get on to the second part of this hellish entrance to Bevelle, the walk up the aisle. This part is a gauntlet of mandatory fights where enemies either have AoE attacks or an attack that will permanently get rid of one of your party members for the rest of the battle. This part took me 4 deaths to get through. Give it up for Death 50! We then finally crash the wedding, where Yuna takes herself hostage to get away by jumping off a 100-story building and then flying away. Oh, what the fuck is happening here? it kinda gave up. What the fuck? What is happening? It's almost rendering? What the fuck? Guys, I hope you aren't colorblind. POV, you can only see green. Well, at least we get to see it, I guess. While Riku flashbangs everyone so that our party can get away. Riku, you had this the whole time. He just stares at it. Seymour, you are a fucking genius. You know that? Shit, what'd you throw?
What was that?
An all-bed flash bomb.
Can't you
Let
just
it go.
call it a
I'm gonna
flash
kill that
bomb?
Seymour.
What's the difference between a regular one and an Albed one? It's an Albed flash bomb. You can tell with our
Join up with
logo
her
on the
later.
side of it. Are you ready for more story stuff? Trust me, I'll try to make it fast. We then race to get back to Yuna by meeting her at the Faith past Bavel's cloister trials. On the way, everyone realizes that Yevon is a sham and does the exact same thing as the Albed. Waka goes through an existential crisis, realizing that his religion is a sham. We go through the absolute worst puzzle trial in this entire game. I hate this place so much. This is the worst. You guys are talking German over there. What the fuck are you doing? My audience is changing nationalities like it's a job class. Dude, if every country had a job class, what would they be? Who's the bard? Who's the bard of the world? I feel like America's the bard only because we're just the loudest. Riveting content. Oh my god, Turbo doesn't work on this. I wanted to cheat, and I can't. Ah! Who designed this? Who designed this and thought this was gonna be fun? Get this. I missed it. Vel sucks! Please, my god. Glad you're locked out of everything once you beat this place. I don't want to ever fucking come back here. Oh my god, I was hitting it too early. No! We catch up to Yuna, we enter the Faith enters Yuna, we finally get caught and thrown in jail. We get a trial that, shockingly enough, was also a sham. We learn that Micah is also dead as Seymour, though to be honest, I could have told you that from the outset. Man looks like a walking pile of dust. We're then found guilty of some bullshit. I don't even know what the charges are at this point. Everyone gets split up into two teams, where each side has their own exits in a specific dungeon. Riku, Titus, and Waka get the water dungeon, everyone else gets the damp dungeon, where we get control of Yuna. Yuna's team is up first, where we can simply just walk to the other side with not too much trouble. However, at the end stands Isaru, who has been given orders to kill us if we made it. And here is where we have another wall to get over. The mandatory Aeon battle, which is quite difficult given as all three of his Aeons have massive health pools. The difficulty came from learning when to properly shield against his overdrives and when to use my own overdrives. If I used an overdrive while low health against him, but I don't kill the Aeon, his side gets at least 2 moves in a row. One to kill my Aeon, and another to kill Yuna. But with a little bit of proper timing, I was able to barely get the better of him after 5 tries on my last Aeon. We then transition over to Titus's group, and let's be honest, nightmare mode or not, anyone who has played this game knows that this boss is easy with just throwing a couple Phoenix downs, so nothing really to worry about here. Everyone is finally able to meet up again, but Mr. Veiny Forehead here wants to make sure that we never leave, and oh, is that Keenock? Oh well. Anyway, Kimahri says it's on sight and stabs Seymour right in the heart. But unfortunately, Kimahri must have rolled a nat 1 and said, oh shit, that didn't work. Run like hell. Everyone dips, but then Yuna says, let's go back and save him, with everyone agreeing with the power of friendship and some bullshit. We made it back across the bridge to Kimahri to help fight Seymour, just to see how I would fare at my current level. And 2 attempts made it very clear that I wasn't beating him without at least getting the reflect spell for Yuna. I needed to grind a fair amount of levels, since at this point, I haven't even gotten Shell for Yuna yet. Seymour in this fight isn't all that complex, as the main body and the mortar body only attacks with magic. The only exception to this being that the mortar body will use Shattering Claw on anyone with the petrified status. So simply by casting Reflect on everyone, including Seymour, so he can't heal himself, and bouncing my own magic attacks off my party members makes this fight quite simple, with Seymour doing most of the damage to himself. And with Seymour defeated, again, we can finally escape Bavel. The gang hides out in the woods while we all decide what to do next. Titus and Yuna come to terms with everything that's just happened and have an awesome cinematic cutscene to round off this section of the game. Yuna decides to continue her journey despite everything, and we make our way into the Calmlands. Now, this is a very important section of the game, but not for the main game. We'll revisit this area later, I promise, but just know that we'll come back here to do all the minigames and side quests later. All I did here was just walk through and headed towards Mount Gagazet, aka Kimahri's home. But before we can even get into the mountain, we have to defeat the boss that stands in our way, Defender X. Now, it has a massive 140,000 HP pool. Oh my god. And after dying twice, I was afraid this was going to take a long time. However, someone in my chat had pointed out to me that I could just simply use the Provoke skill that Titus has. Really? Punch him in the junk. I feel like my foot would break. Provoke. Shit, that's right. Does it like outright stop Haymaker? He'll only do blast. No shit. Who has provoke? Using the skill will guarantee that that character will be hit next until the character dies. However, the attack that Defender X uses while provoked will always be Blast Punch, which halves my HP rounded up, and thus Tidus will never die. After that, I was able to just hit the boss until it died. Now we can finally enter Mount Gegzet, where we are met with Kimahri's tribe telling us that, once again, we cannot pass. Or rather, Kimahri cannot pass. Everyone else can. Then we have what I thought was going to be a tough fight against Buran and Yankee, but rather we have a different issue on the technical side of things. What? That doesn't feel like nightmare damage. The nightmare mode is on. It's definitely on. Horseman. Yeah, let's just... I'm willing to get past them and just like say fuck this. Oh yeah, they didn't. Looks like they were the only ones that weren't boosted. Yeah, honestly, this is fair. I'm fine with this. For some reason, unknown to me, the Ronso brothers fight was not affected by the mod. I have no idea why this happened to me, and chat thought it was just best for me to simply move on from the fight rather than waste my time trying to figure it out. So we just ended up beating the brothers normally. And, as a reward, we got to listen to one of the best hymns in the game. Like, guys, just fuck off. This is one of the cooler hymns, though. Not the beginning of it, though. Damn, look at the thighs. Thunder thighs. Also, where the fuck are these guys practicing Blitzball? Like, they have a team, but like, where? I love the hymn in this game. It's so nice to listen to. And then we were finally free to make our way up the mountain. But after reaching the summit, we come into the biggest threat to this run so far. Seymour! Again! For the third time. But he is truly nothing like the previous versions, as this fight is considered to be one of the hardest fights in the game, and for very good reason. Besides the fact that he has 150,000 health in this fight, he just does so much damage. The Lance of Atrophy alone does 7,500 in one hit and inflicts zombie, where if that didn't already kill me, he would use full life to guarantee it. Next up was the absolute worst case scenario for a run like this. Potion Yuna? What the fuck is Seymour doing? Okay. Huh. Shit. Okay. Cross Cleave is an AoE attack that Seymour has that just straight up does max damage to the entire party and kills them instantly. Even if I had Protect Up, this is not something I can fix like I did in the Evrae fight, where I doubled my HP and was able to tank Poison Breath with Riku and her items. This is max damage, and I can't break the HP limit at this stage of the game. Not only that, Cross Cleave is guaranteed to come after 2 lances and a Dispel from Seymour, and I can't do 150,000 damage in that span of time. At least not normally. My chat had informed me that there was a way to do max damage every single hit. I needed to use the trio of 9,999 from Riku's Overdrive, and I was aware that this skill exists, but I thought that the items to mix it were endgame exclusive, and that couldn't be farmed in this stage of the game, which was true, except for a one-time reward from one of the most frustrating minigames in Final Fantasy X. Chocobo, racing, specifically the Chocobo race under the Requiem Temple. You can get a lot of endgame loot here, and I only need to get the 3rd prize, but since I was here, I was just gonna grab it all. And the game is simple enough. You race another Chocobo to the end of a course and getting chests along the way and avoiding pulls. That's it. The more chests you get and still win, the better loot you get. However, controlling Chocobos in this game is so clunky, I can't even begin to describe how bad it is. If the camera angle snaps to a new position, you have to readjust on top of the already super sensitive steering, and tight quarters makes this simple game just so rage-inducing. Okay. Easy enough. Oh shit! I might want to still continue to try to run. What? Don't tell me I can't hit any poles. Are you serious? 1 chest is an elixir. 2 chests is a mega elixir. The 3 chest is what we're after. 30 wings of discovery. 4 chests are 30 pendulums, and 5 chests are 63 stars. Holy shit. That's nuts. Oh my god. Oh, I hit it like put me on top of the pole. That was bullshit. You gotta be shitting me. Okay, that should be it. I didn't hit anything. Hey, got it. So, I mean, I'd be dumb if I didn't go for the other 2 overpowered items, right? Like, I gotta show you what I'm looking at here. I'm not dumb. This map sucks. Look at this. The fuck am I supposed to infer from this? This map sucks. Oh, what the fuck? Ah! Got it. Yeah. Oh, nope. Ah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on. Get the fuck down there. Nope. Come on. Come on. Go. 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 Fuck you. Oh my god. Move the fuck out of the way. Oh my god. Oh, I just hit a pole. God damn it. This has to be 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 it. Go. Get down there. Oh, come on. Come on, this has to be it. Oh my god, it's in the fucking way. You feathery fuck. Come on, this is it. Move, you fuck. God, you bitch. Tight turns. Tight turn. Nope, I hit the pole. I would have got it! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go. Fuck me. I hate this. Ree! Come on. Oh, that was kind of a big turn at the end. Come on. Oh, come on. Fucking finally! Ah! I'm saving. Saving immediately. God damn it. That took 40 minutes. However, even after getting the items, I still can't hit often enough to beat Seymour before Crosscleave comes in. Even with Slice and Dice for Tidus, that still wasn't enough since those hits are random between Seymour and his Mortar Body. I needed to unlock Tidus's final overdrive, Blitz Ace, which can be unlocked by using an overdrive 80 times with Tidus. Blitz Ace can hit up to 9 times, which will deal 90,000 damage, but still falls way short of the 154,000 I need. Luckily, Lulu's overdrive can also hit up to 8 times, reliably, with low-level Furies. However, her hits are random, so there could be an instance where I hit 7 times on the Mortar Body and only once on Seymour. I still, after everything, needed to get lucky, and not only the amount of hits I get with Lulu, but also in the order of which Seymour decides to kill my party members in the beginning of the fight. See, Riku's max hit buff does not stay on a character after they faint and get revived. So say if Tidus gets hit before he can unleash his attack, the buff goes away. But you want to know the worst part about this, the absolute most infuriating part about not only just this fight, but the entirety of boss fights going forward. You cannot skip the long ass cutscene before the start of the fight. Why? Why, Squaresoft? You were able to do it for Kingdom Hearts 1. Why couldn't you do it here? I have to sit and look at these blankless expressions every goddamn time. Why? So not only do I have to sit and watch this cutscene over and over, I now have to then roll the dice, hoping, crossing my fingers, that Seymour doesn't hit the wrong person. Otherwise, the entire attempt is washed.
Just
God,
now,
her eyelashes are
you sounded
huge.
like a leader, you
Or no,
know?
her eyelids. They look like caverns. I'm
Riku,
just starting to wonder if, like,
You are
Seymour's hair just has veins in it. Because it just matches his hair color so perfectly, his veins. What are we waiting for? Just, like, start hitting this bastard. Do we need to let him have this fucking dialogue? I would have bought this game 1,000 times over if they just, like, punted his ass off the cliff.
I don't understand you.
No one does.
Allow Kimari
Like, right here,
to
just
die.
kick him in the fucking back.
Release him. Allow
Kimari to die.
Caught in a spiral of death.
Bitch, I'm stuck
To
in a spiral
destroy.
of death. Orin, you got anything to say to this crazy bullshit? Yep, we're fucked. Yep. God. Well, I see more. Creepy. I love how he patiently waited for our conversation to finish.
Caught in a spiral of
Quick, someone
death.
just jump kick him
To
off the
destroy
fucking cliff.
with
Kimari,
your
where's that initiative from the second fight where you just jabbed him as soon as you saw him?
Come with
I hope that he hits Riku. Otherwise this plan is actual botched. Come on. Hit Riku. Riku. Oh shit. Well, I think this run's already dead. Yep. God, look at that! Already dead. Yeah, Seymour's definitely gonna be my #1 boss so far. And after trying, failing again and again, luck finally soon turned its way to me on attempt number 9. No luck. Well, that may not be true. Hang on. Please! Yes! See, it's just random! And now I have to hope that he doesn't hit Waka. Waka, what the fuck? Titus. Alrighty. Alrighty, Lulu. I don't know who you're gonna be hitting. How many did I get? 8? Plus the extra 4,000. Do you have sensor? Okay. I'm gonna be left with 20,000 health. I don't think it's gonna be enough. I think I was 1 short again. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 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 no. Did I get it? God, if I hit this ball. No, 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 no. It's like 9. It's like, I practically hit 100K here. I gotta summon Yuna anyway. Let's see what we're looking at. See, okay, well, let's check something else out. Because if I die here, I die here. Riku hasn't died yet, so she still has the 999. So what happens if I use a gem? Oh, what the fuck was I doing the whole time? I won. No, I didn't. Apparently I hit the... Oh, how much health? Oh, she's got it. She just needs to hit. Fucking got it. Die. Fuck you, Seymour. We got it. I can't believe it hit the other thing 4 times and Seymour once. That was bullshit. Barely got it. After that awful ordeal, we can finally make our way through the last bit of Gagazet, which was just some random puzzles, Titus getting a sneak peek into what he really is. But as fate would have it, there's another boss on the other side of the mountain, the Sanctuary Keeper. This boss doesn't have as much health as Seymour, sitting at 60,000, but the main issue is the fact that it can curse the parties so no summons or overdrives can be used. On top of the fact that the boss has several AoE attacks that are capable of wiping my entire party, so unfortunately, I had to use the cheese strat again. Honestly, there would have easily been more than 3 deaths here if it weren't for the fact that I used Riku's trio on the final attempt. But after that gauntlet of bosses and the bullshit ditch strategies, we finally made it to the end of all summoners' journey, Zanarkand. Riku and Tidus tried to delay the journey as much as possible, but to no avail, and Yuna comes to terms with the fact that this is very much the last chapter in her life. We make our way through the broken city, and the monsters here aren't too difficult. We ended up making our way to the dome, where we are told that the very first Grand Summoner, Yunalesca, awaits our arrival. But first, like all temples, this one has a puzzle, and is the only puzzle that I actually enjoy. Most likely due to the fact that this is one of the easiest and shortest temple puzzles in the entire game. Now we are faced with the last boss before heading towards the final summoning, the Spectral Keeper. Now for some reason, it seems like every boss towards the end of the main game just has at least one AoE attack in their back pocket, and the Spectral Keeper is no exception. In fact, he was gonna be damn near impossible. Every time you hit him, he will counter with a sweeping AoE attack, doing max damage to the party members on the 3 platforms in front of him. I had to use Trio again, and even still, it took me 4 tries to kill him using gems to hit him multiple times. After beating him, we send Yuna down to get the final Aeon. Shockingly enough, the fate that grants the Aeon is gone. A ghostly priest then arrives to tell us to seek out Yunalesca in the next room, where she will explain everything. We finally then get to meet her, and she tells us that the faith that she used herself when she fought Sin is indeed now gone, but there is another way to achieve the final summoning. One of Yuna's guardians must also sacrifice themselves in order to become the new final Aeon to fight Sin. Yunalesca then shows us Braska and his group struggling with the same choice, and ultimately decides that Jet will become the final summoning in order to defeat the Sin of their time. Jet reassures Auron that it won't come back, as he will think of something to break the cycle of Sin. But as Auron lashes out at the image of his past, he tells everyone that in the end, the cycle did not break. After the revelation that one of them must die alongside Yuna to become the next Sin, they go to confront Yunalesca one more time. They ultimately decide to reject Yunalesca's idea of sacrificing others for everyone's happiness and vow to find another way to break the cycle forever. By the way, really important note here, this unskippable cutscene lasts over 5 minutes long. 5 whole minutes. Just keep that in mind for me, if you could, as you look to the counter on the top right when it goes up, okay? Thanks. Yunalesca, understandably, doesn't take kindly to this and decides to kill everyone to ensure the final summoning can continue, thus starting the hardest fight up to this point in the game. Yunalesca has every single nightmare mechanic that makes boss fights hard rolled up into one fight. This fight alone took multiple streams to beat, spanning over 13 hours to win, starting from the first encounter to the last, and let me tell you, it was truly a nightmare. Yunalesca has 3 phases in total, starting with her first phase with over 38,000 health. She has a counter to anything you do to her. She counters physical attacks with blind, magical attacks with silence, and any other attacks, like using fire gems, with sleep. Luckily, her normal attack does not do that much damage, but it does dispel any buff that you have. She will alternate her regular attacks with an absorb spell on the party member with the highest HP. My strategy here was to use Riku's Trio, use a fire gem, and head right on into the next phase. That's exactly what I did, only to be met with her second phase, one-shotting me right out the gate. Meet Yunalesca's second form. She just has over 100,000 health in this form, and is the biggest obstacle in this whole fight. She will always start out this phase with using Hellbiter, her AoE attack that will one-shot the party. Well, okay, I'll just use Riku's Hyper Mighty G to give my team auto life so I can live the rest of the fight, and she uses the move back-to-back, killing my whole party again. Well, at least I get to watch this cutscene again. Okay, well, my stats at this point in the game were pretty low, so we can at least go grind out some levels for a couple of hours. And I'm back for another attempt, and would you look at that, a cutscene that for some reason has people standing in random spots between shots, I have now noticed. After hours of grinding out levels, I was able to make it up to her third phase, and her third form, with 132,000 health, opens up with Mega Death into a Hellbiter. And just like that, we're at 100 deaths in this run so far, and 13 of them have now gone to Yunalesca. Awesome. Okay, so we need a counter to Mega Death, so we might as well grind out a very specific rare enemy for hours across multiple days to get an armor that only has a chance to resist Mega Death and get some more levels along the way. Alright. Become dust. Leave the armor I need. Okay, please. Oh, would you fucking look at that? The moment I try to call that shit, it happens. Are you serious? Having a having Bahamut. I almost said Obama. Eat shit. Actually, I haven't even tested out a couple theories yet. While I've been in this cave for 3 days. 3 days I've been in this damn cave, trying to get these armor pieces. I get an armor piece every like hour and a half of hunting down ghosts. It's awful. See, the worst thing about this the fight is I've watched this cutscene. This is gonna be my 14th time watching this cutscene. I've noticed too many things about this cutscene that no normal person should.
Have you chosen the one to become your faith?
Well, that's such a way to start off the
Will it
conversation,
be?
Yunalesca. You're all business,
Might
aren't
I-
you?
Will sin come
Why
back
is
even
no
should
one
I
in front
use
of
the final
Yuna?
summoning to defeat
You people suck as guardians.
Every ailment
Kumari's the
defeats
only
it,
one
becomes
standing on
it
business,
in its place.
ready to poke a hole through
And
Yunalesca.
thus is an inevitable part of Spira's destiny.
Yunalesca,
It
you
is
gave up.
never-ending.
You're just as guilty. Also, the people of Spira cannot critically think for shit. Lulu, I'm surprised you of all people didn't get what the
Hope
fuck
is-
was going on. I wish that she had like
It
an
allows us
ounce
to
of gusto.
accept fate,
Could you imagine
however
Lulu talking
tragic it
smack to
might be.
Seymour? She didn't say shit in the third fight, let alone the second. Nice, Orin. Be prepared to be swiped left. There you go. Also, when I first watched this cutscene as a kid, I thought the sword went through Orin right here. Okay, that was way later than I remember. Aww. Orin's Eepy. Take a
Yevon's
nap.
teaching.
Also, I still find this
Without
bullshit,
hope,
right?
They
How does
would
no one
drown
know
in
that
their
you need
sorrow.
a guardian to die as well? 1,000 years, no
choose.
one said anything? You telling me
Who
that
will be
every
your
summoner before
Who will
Vraska
be the
only
one
had
to
a
renew
guardian?
Spira's hope?
And the other one just like, shit, guess I'll just stay quiet about this really revolutionary secret.
I
And no,
live for the
everyone just
people
knows
of
about the
Spira,
summoner dying, except for
and would
Micah.
have
Micah's a
gladly
jackass.
died.
Also, I love how Titus has put
No.
away his sword after
It is our
chasing,
only
quote,
hope.
Yunalesca.
That
It's like,
hope
oh
to
shit,
the
Orin's
people.
talking, I better put it away.
To make Spiro's sorrow go away.
Go away!
Not just cover it
Meanie!
up with. I will conquer it.
Why do you need to give this
And I
speech
will do it
here?
without
We already knew you were
false
resolving like the Calmlands.
Poor creature.
Creature. Fuck
You
you,
would throw
Yunalesca.
away
Also,
our
nice
reprieve
glass
before you can
slippers,
drown in your
Cinderella.
sorrow.
I just noticed that. What are you doing?
It is better for
Oh no,
you
that's
to
her facing
die
through
in
the
hope
floor. What the
than to live
fuck?
in despair. Let me be.
Now, this is it. Now is the time to choose. Die and be free of pain,
Orin,
or
why?
live and fight your sorrow. Now is the time to shape your stories. Your fate is in your hands.
It's been in my hand for the past 14 times.
Well, I'm fighting.
I'm glad Riku you're into it now.
I can't believe we're gonna fight Lady Yunalesca. Give me a break.
Also, oh
can
my
always
god, what
run.
is wrong with Waka's thumb? Did anyone see that?
I'd never
His hand
forgive
is
myself.
like a baseball
No
mitt.
way. Even in death, yeah?
Waka, I feel like you have twice the
My
many
thoughts
teeth as a
exactly.
normal person should have. And I love how Lulu walked up to talk
Yuna!
shit to Yunalesca, then
This is our
walked
story.
behind Waka.
Now let's see.
That's where auto life kicks in. Everybody gets their overdrive back. Now I don't know if this allows Yunalesca to go again, despite the, yeah it does. So if we wipe here, it's also luck based. See, our Hellbiter mechanic works like this. Depending on how many people don't have zombie, if there's less people with zombie, the greater chance she'll use Hellbiter. There's so many mechanics to this bitch. It sucks because I think I would have beat the second phase if Riku wasn't asleep. See, Titus is now going to put away his sword and then go back behind Yuna, despite having to sort out. Kimahri is not even looking at anybody. He's not even looking at Yunalesca. He is staring into the void. Like, no one is paying attention to what's happening. They're all just facing at a 90-degree angle. And I don't even know where Yunalesca's walking here. Riku, where are you
Without
looking?
hope,
They're both just
they would
fucking
drown
facing
in their
forward,
sorrow.
like Yuna is, but they're not looking at Yunalesca.
I will stand my ground
Does-
and be strong.
Yuna have a
I
tan
don't
line
know
of
when
a
it will be, but
necklace
someday.
above her necklace? Alright, the question is, she's gonna heal someone. Are y'all still fast enough? Fuck! Fuck it. Fuck it. Fuck it! Land. Fuck! Don't use Hellbiter. This bitch is going down today. I swear to God. This routine is driven into me. I know all the possibilities at this point. 10 million ways we lose. There's one where we win. Yeah, I knew she didn't have it. And she got rid of haste. Bitch. There's no going back right now. Alright. First phase is dealt with. Have everyone hasted, have everyone treated. Good. The proof when she eventually one-shots Shiva here. It's always the slow tentacles, which this is not my ideal scenario, perfectly honest. Fuck, this really isn't my ideal scenario. Can't even really say that solves, to be perfectly honest. Let's just lightning gem. Hope she doesn't. The solve here is item, no counter, cure. Oh my god, no counter and cure. The literal solve I needed. If I can just shoehorn a fucking Aeon in here, I'd be golden. Fuck it, threaten. Work. No shit! Oh my god. Oh! Gentlemen, we have a chance. We have a chance. We have the best chance. It was on day 5 of this fight against Yunalesca that it occurred to me. I may not be immune to death, but my Aeons are. Ah, but that won't work, right? After an Aeon uses its overdrive, the enemy gets multiple turns, right? It sure does. Like wasting a turn on a move that my Aeon is immune to, and another to actually kill the Aeon. Yep, sure. Okay, please come in. Please tell me Titus and Lulu get to go. Because they have haste. Did I just beat it? I think I just beat it. I have to mash like my fucking life depends on it. Oh my god, I think I beat it. Go. Did I get 8? How many did I get? Holy shit, I got 9? She counters. This was expected. I fucking beat it. I just fucking beat it. I fucking beat it. Holy shit. Die. You did it. Yes! Oh my god! I beat it! Oh my god, that was like 5 days! And thus, after 18 attempts, multiple days, I finally beat Yunalesca. I can't believe I fucking beat it! If the game crashes, I'm gonna lose my mind.
So does the final Aeon. And with
I fucking beat
Spira's
it.
only
I
hope.
beat it. I beat it.
Then we'll
beat
find
it.
Spira
I
a
beat
new
it.
home.
I beat it. I beat it. I fucking
Fool.
beat it. Beating Yunalesca is the biggest turning point in the entire game, as now the entire map is opened for us to explore. Hidden dungeons, minigames, side quests are now all available for me to do. Yunalesca now tells us that without the final summoning, there is no one to keep Yu Yevon in check, and that Sin will destroy everything. Everyone decides that it's best to regroup and plan our next move. However, before that, Auron pulls Tidus aside to tell him one final secret, and that like Seymour and Micah, he too is already dead. He died after succumbing to his injuries fighting Yunalesca 10 years ago. He tells Tidus not to worry and that he doesn't plan to move on anytime soon. After the party walks outside the dome, we are met not only with Cid in the airship, but also Jet, as he now knows that Yunalesca has been killed. Papa! He came home with the milk. I feel like he looks like more like a seal than a whale.
Dad? I know. The final summoning's gone.
So Sin does show
But
up
I'll
to
think of
throw down in
something.
Xanarkand and
Just
not the Calm Lands.
Give me a little more time.
Team all begin to debate on what their next move is and decide to pay Micah another visit, as he should know everything there is to know about Sin and Yu Yevon that Yunalesca spoke of. We make our way back to Bavel to tell Micah everything that has happened, and he loses it. Fuck you, Micah, you
have
wrinkly
obtained the final
old
Aeon
bitch.
from Yunalesca,
Like
have
Pearl's
you not?
husband from the Titanic.
Well, we did meet her.
We fought and defeated her.
We wiped her at the floor with her.
Summoners and Guardians will be sacrificed for the final summoning no more.
You have profaned and subverted a 1,000-year-old tradition.
Go to hell.
Fools! Infants! Do you realize what you've done?
How old are you? He says that Spirit is now doomed and that Yu Yevon will destroy everything. He tells the party that Yu Yevon is the creator of Sin, and that Sin is basically just an armor. Micah then disappears, not wishing to see Spirit destroyed. Just as Micah disappears, though, the Faith of Bahamut shows up and asks to meet with Yuna and Tidus. Turns out, Yu Yevon was a summoner 1,000 years ago during the war against Xanarkand and Bavel, and created Sin as a shield to protect himself. Every time he is defeated by a final Aeon, he then hijacks that Aeon and creates a new Sin, thus recreating the cycle. He tells us that Yu Yevon can only be killed after summoning all the Aeons and then beating them individually, so that there is no Aeon left in this world for Yu Yevon to hijack, and then we can kill him directly. The team goes back to the airship to create another plan. They eventually land on killing Yu Yevon inside of Sin, but to do that, they have to blow a hole in Sin to get in there. In order to do that, they have to weaken Sin, or at least calm him. Tidus says that the Hymn of the Faith is the key, as Jet, who is now Sin, loved that song and calmed him. We tell Bavel that when they see an airship and Sin collide, they should all sing the hymn in order to weaken Sin. We are now at the point of the game where the majority of the story is just about over, but there's still endgame bosses for us to beat, and as of now, I know I stand no chance and am in dire need of some upgrades. First up was Anima, the biggest upgrade as well as the easiest one to obtain. To get Anima, you need to get all the secret chests in the temples, which I got for the one except in Xanarkand. So after a quick trip back to Xanarkand, I made my way back to Baj Temple from the very beginning of the game. Killing the boss that was standing guard only took 2 tries, and I was able to obtain Anima, one of the best Aeons in the game. Next was my stats. I still had a lot of improvement left, so I decided to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and while I grinded out levels, I was also capturing fiends for the Monster Arena side quest. Now after all of that, I decided it was time to take on the first half of the Sin boss fight, the body. It was also at this point in the game that I have made a new rule for the entire run. No more using Riku's trio. If I want to beat the rest of the game, I have to find another way. Otherwise, these upcoming bosses are just going to be too easy and not that exciting. Now this is Gravaja. Or no, this is Mega Gravity. Or something. Whatever that one is. This is so cool. I think this is like one of the most dangerous things in Final Fantasy. Like throughout all of the games. Like, look at this. It's pulling the moon in. That's so cool. It literally carved through the whole earth. Oh, wait. This is an epic shot.
Huh? Oh.
Look at that shit. Damn. Holy fuck. Look at that. Has an attack range of like 500 miles? That's nuts. This fight is divided into 4 separate fights: the left fin, the right fin, the spawn, and the main core. The fins weren't too difficult, although there was the first time I stood too close and my team got wiped. Oh, now it's green screened? It's like partially green screened. This remake sucks. The next attempt, I just kept my distance and did damage from range, and did the exact same for the other one. Sid then blows off each fin that we defeat, and it's time to tackle the top of Sin. The Sin spawn here is basically just a buffed up version of the one we fought in Kilika. After some trial and error, I was able to figure out where I needed to get Sin spawn's health at in order for Anima to finish it off with their overdrive. Last up was the Sin's core, which I had an advantage going into the fight, since it likes to spam Gravija, a spell that only does a percentage of your remaining HP and cannot kill. And if it's not using that spell, it will just use some of the basic spells in the order of Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and Water. So I got a couple free hits with Anima and finished off my party no problem. But after all that, we got to see almost all the cutscenes. Did you forget which port we're playing? Next up was the second half of the Sin fight, the Head, which is mainly just a DPS check to see if you can kill it in time before it uses its insta-kill move. Sadly for me, this is a 300,000 damage DPS check, and that fucking whale is fast compared to my stats. Oh, what the hell? He's fast. Oh my god. While it does have a lot of HP, it does not have a lot of resistances, specifically to armor and mental break. Using these moves will reduce its defenses to 0, allowing me to get 2 Oblivions off and a Diamond Dust right before it was going to kill me again. Of course, we don't get to see the amazing cutscene because, like always, this port is just the worst. We have finally made our way into the last dungeon of the game, Inside Sin. And who better to greet us than everybody's favorite villain, Seymour! Yay! However, Seymour in this fight is the second easiest of any time you fight him. You see, he'll just tell you what magic he's about to use against you with the giant wheel behind him, and then you just block it. That's it. If there's an Ultima coming, you just send out an Aeon to tank it, and yeah, that's it. That's the whole fight against Seymour 4. Very cool. See ya, Seymour. I fucking hated you. From this point forward, all that's left is the final boss of the game, and I know that I am not winning as of now. Unfortunately, I have to start hunting down the ultimate weapons if I'm gonna have my best shot at this. So as much as I would love to bore you with the hours and hours of details and all the technical nonsense I had to go through to get these fucking weapons and their upgrades, but I'll say this: I beat Titus's final Chocobo race on the first try. In short, I'll just say that the main benefit from these weapons, aside from their amazing auto abilities, is the hidden effect that they ignore defense. Only on regular hits though, and not with using overdrives. So in short, after many hours of lightning dodging, fiend hunting, and blitzball, oh, the blitzball, we were finally able to get most of the weapons, Wakka's final overdrive, as well as maxing everyone's stats within my restrictions of letting them only stay on their own path. And like that, here we are, the final boss, Braska's final Aeon, aka Jet. Jet has 2 phases, with his first starting out with 132,000 health, with Jet himself armed with nothing but annoying moves. Starting with one of the most dangerous one, the Jet Beam. This attack can petrify you, and if it does enough damage to KO you at the same time, you lose a party member slot for the rest of the fight. If this happens, there's no coming back from this, and I must basically restart. He does have a normal attack, which is the first boss to break the damage limit, and can do about 24,000 damage. And his Triumphant Grasp overdrive does effectively the same thing as his normal attack in killing one character. After my first couple failed attempts, I noticed that I was spending too many turns reviving, so I equipped my characters with some Auto Phoenix, allowing them to auto revive anyone that goes down. In this way, I can output more damage and spend less time reviving. That one fix alone was able to get me to Jet's second phase, but this is where everything goes downhill. His second phase has 264,000 health, and now has an AoE attack that can kill the whole party. The only upside to the attack is that it has a chance to miss. And let's not forget about the enemies in the back. Any status effect like Armor Break will be cleansed every time they heal Jet for around 3,000 damage and boosts his overdrive. They are unkillable, and draining their health will only pause them temporarily, coming back with double the health. The strategy here wasn't all that complex, of keeping the status effects on Jet and summoning an Aeon to take any overdrives. The fight has boiled down to a DPS check and an RNG check. I needed to do enough damage to end the fight before I ran out of Aeons to tank his overdrives, and I also needed to get lucky enough for his AoE attack to miss enough for me to get the job done. So I tried, again and again, watching the same cutscene time after time after time, trying my best to just brute force this boss fight. Like the Yunalesca fight, this lasted over multiple days, and there was a stream where I spent 8 hours alone, constantly fighting, and it just wouldn't happen. There was times where I would get so close, yet the RNG would just not go in my favor. After that 8-hour stretch, I felt defeated. There was truly nothing that I could do. I had the weapons, I had the Aeons. I just didn't have the stats to keep up. I wasn't sure what left there was to do to improve my setup that wouldn't take another week to complete. You have to remember, I streamed every single day until this challenge was complete, without going back on my rules, and I didn't want to fail. So I thought about my stats, and I looked them over. I forbade any use of the Monster Arena challenge rewards outside of completing them for the first time, but there was no way I could even beat one of them for the stat boost rewards. And then it hit me. The Monster Arena was not the only place you can get stat boosting spears. Did you know that you can revisit the temples and the Faith if you do the puzzles again? After a short cutscene with the Faith, they will present you with 2 stat boosting spears. The one that I need the most is agility, as it affects how often I go during battle. Here's the problem. I can't go back to every single temple, as some of them are guarded by super bosses, specifically the Besaid and Makalania temple. Lucky enough, both agility spears that I wanted were in Kilika and Jose temple. I threw both agility spears on Yuna and made my way back up to Jet with hope that I can finally beat the story. I failed a couple more attempts, and finally, after so many tries, came up to the closest point I had ever made it to. There were so many close calls up to this point where I could have easily wiped. I made it to the second phase of the fight and had armor breaks set up on Jet. It was time to use Oblivion and hope that RNG was in my favor. Oblivion does 214,000 damage. Jet kills Anima after a beam and using his overdrive. The enemies in the back healed Jet for over 6,000 damage after they got 2 turns each. This was it. If Jet gets another turn here, it's over and I lose. And then it happened. Jet did not get another turn, but instead Riku did. But it's not over yet. Riku needs to be able to kill Jet in 1 turn. Depending on where his health is, it could be impossible. After all that, Jet had a remaining 11,260 health remaining. I wasn't sure if there was any hope that Riku could do that much damage. I looked over her list of overdrives, hoping that there was something. Then I found it. At the very bottom of the list, there was just one thing. Riku prepped her items and threw the last attack that would finally win me the battle. Sunburst, it does 19,998 damage to the whole enemy team. And like that, I had finally beaten Jet, who we had been chasing this whole game. It took 24 tries and an immense amount of luck, but it happened. Jet finally goes down, opens up the last fight of the game, which is an unlosable gauntlet of your own Aeons, followed by you, Yevon himself. You have permanent auto life in this fight, so you can't lose. This was it. One by one, the Aeons fell, and eventually with Lulu getting the last attack that marks the end of Final Fantasy X Nightmare Mode story completed with 157 deaths. How's it going, everybody? I hope that you guys really enjoyed the video. This is the end card. This is the ending of the video. So this is the first time I'm ever doing this, and I hope to do more of these in the future, but just to kind of explain about what went on in the video and so on and so forth. And I do hope that you guys will like and subscribe and, you know, all that happy YouTuber nonsense shit. But mainly only because that you would enjoy the video. And if you didn't, please tell me. I'd like to hear any and all critiques about what you loved and didn't love in this video. It is currently 2 in the morning for me as of the time of this recording for me on the day it's supposed to come out. So I won't keep you here too long. Now, some of you might be wondering about the ending of the video. Yes, I have beaten the super bosses. There is a video that will probably come out not anytime soon. I wouldn't say, like, maybe April. April is the month I have in mind for the video, for the super bosses to come out. What you guys may be wondering a little bit more is that why you didn't hear a lot of my voice, a lot of the in-game commentary near the end of the video. This is what kind of pushed me away from creating the video. Most of the audio is gone. You'll see a screenshot right here. Everything that's highlighted is the audio missing. My voice, my reactions to beating not only Jet but all the super bosses and completing the game entirely. It's all gone. It is all gone. A month of my reactions is completely gone, and that was a hurdle to get over emotionally. That was not fun. That was not a fun day. But I think I made the best of it, and I definitely pushed me to a new challenge to make a video good regardless of what was given to me. And I think I did pretty solid. Definitely the most ambitious project I have taken on in a very, 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 very long time, if not one of the longest. An hour and a half. Damn, I felt like I made a feature film. But yeah, I just hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Next video coming out in February is going to be the Pokemon Platinum Nuzlocke. My first attempt at a Nuzlocke. It's all recorded live, and you'll find me and all the current challenges that I am doing on twitch.tv/silverswish. Please come and see me over there if you discovered me here. I would love to chat shit with you guys, as I do with the followers I already have over there. So yeah, I hope you all have an amazing day. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.